Hi, this is Elena, a spiritual mentor and an accession guide. Today's transmission has to do with something that I honestly haven't seen or heard anywhere, and it makes me question why. Why is it? But that's not the point. Today we're talking about spiritual awakenings, which is a series of videos I have created. You can find the whole list in the video tab, in the playlist tab actually, where you can see different playlists where I categorize the subjects of different videos, transmissions, and even guided meditations. Please take a look at that because you may find something interesting to you or helpful in some ways. But today we are talking about how it is crucially important to understand what the spiritual awakening also includes in the whole process. Because what is usually believed through memes, social media, through spiritual communities, through each one of us on this path, it is that we are meant to be in a Zen state, love and light, and wishing you the best, but stay away from me kind of thing. But always in love and light and respect and blah blah blah, which is, yes, true, but not exactly true, if it makes sense. Through the spiritual awakenings, one of the things we are grounding and we are expanding our awareness on it is actually being present. And you will be, yeah, Elena, that's not something new you're saying now. Yeah, being present. I'm saying that again because being present means I will be present even to understand and bring my awareness to how something is traumatizing me in the present moment. This is exactly it, what I'm talking about, that usually none of the spiritualists sharing this as normal, as essential. Spiritual awakenings and spiritual growth have to do with feeling uncomfortable, being vulnerable, and knowing that this is absolutely fine. This is absolutely necessary because you're not awakening to who you are if you're not uncomfortable, if you don't lean into feeling uncomfortably in situations, if you don't grow through the pain, if you don't grow through the difficult, challenging, and harsh situations in our lives. A spiritual being is not about love and light and Zen and sovereignty and I will stand in my ground, I will stand in my space, and I will leave no one to trespass my place, my space, my this, that. That's not it. This is just one minor thing through all of the things we are experiencing. So, we are used to doing shadow work, inner work, going back, reflecting on what was, what happened, why it happened, examining from different perspectives how things have influenced us, how we still sometimes make choices through the wounds we already have, and we still forget how to be present in the moment where the most traumatizing thing is happening now. It's like I'm going live on Facebook. This is happening now. It's the awareness. We have to expand in becoming present in our own body situations where we feel this is traumatizing me now. This is where I feel it in my body. I feel it in my lower abdomen, in my sacral, that this person is trying to intimidate me. I feel it in my heart chakra as rejection because it is rejection. This person is rejecting me now. I feel it in the argument we are having that you're not listening to me. You stopped listening to me. You cut me off. You shut me off. And I don't feel loved. I don't feel appreciated. But that's not traumatizing enough, if it makes sense. although it can be, but what you're doing now is traumatizing me. What I'm experiencing now is traumatizing me. Even if you go to see an expert and that expert doesn't know what to do or how to do it in a way that you are actually seen, heard, and respected. I was reading a post the other day of how someone wasn't respected when they were saying they are in pain from a doctor. They didn't want to actually do anything about it. And that's their decision, if it makes sense. But the thing is, they were experiencing at that moment the lack of being heard and respected for what they were communicating. This is us being aware that this is traumatizing me now. Listen to me. I'm talking to you. I need to be heard. Whoever that person is across you, even if it is a sibling, even if it is someone from your family, a client, a colleague, whoever that is, you are communicating something or you are in the midst of a conversation or an argument, and this is traumatizing you. It's absolutely normal to be aware of it because we have been used to disconnection and detachment. And this is the illusion that the false spiritual beliefs are creating. A deep illusion that we have to be Zen, love and light, and actually respond in a way that is detaching us more from who we are, because we have to respond in a specific way, because we think, we believe, it's passed down through many ways that we have to respond in a specific way, we have to behave in a specific way, and no, that's not okay. That's not okay for you, it's not okay for anyone actually. And the thing is, the more connected you are with yourself, even while the trauma happens, because this is pure psychology, okay? When we get traumatized during that specific period, it makes it easier if we disconnect from ourselves to handle it. It's very paradoxical and very opposite of how it should be, because we can't handle the pain, either it is emotional pain, mental pain, physical pain, no matter what kind of a pain it is. We have the tendency to disconnect because we can't handle the intensity of the pain we are experiencing at that moment. And a spiritual progression, spiritual growth gives you that, how to still stay connected with yourself while you are experiencing the pain, how to stand your ground, how to be there for yourself, how to communicate that of what is happening in that moment, either it is feelings, either it is thoughts, the pain you are experiencing, whatever that is, communicate it. First accept it, don't disconnect from your body, don't disconnect from your being, detach from your beingness, because this is how we have to do soul retrieval afterwards. This is exactly it. Energy-wise, this is why we do soul retrievals, because during the experience of the trauma taking place, or even afterwards with the processing, but mostly at the time that is usually happening, we get to disconnect from ourselves. A soul fragmentation takes place because we can't handle the intensity or the depth of that pain, and through that energy is cut off from us, detached, and this is the disconnection we are experiencing from ourselves. Like a part of our energies gets to be detached, cut off, disconnected from us so we can handle it. And this is how we shut off from that aspect of us that suffered or endured a specific situation, and it's difficult for us to actually reclaim that fragment of our energies, the soul fragment, and actually get to go through all that emotional process. And guess what? when I keep detaching from myself, disconnecting from myself, when soul fragmentation keeps happening, then what? What will be left of? How will I be? Who will I be afterwards? So imagine now that as a response, as a coping mechanism to soul fragment myself in order to cope with this, because there's no other way for me to cope. So the spiritual awakenings are offering also this, how to become fully present, literally, because I'm getting the visual and I have to give it to you, going through the fire without leaving yourself or part of yourself actually outside of it, because I don't want to feel anything. So becoming spiritually aware of how something occurs in your energy, what is the outcome, what are the repercussions of it, how it influences you, and deciding, choosing to be present even when the traumatizing situation occurs. This shows you the strength you have within you, the power you have within you, that you're not going to be allowing any kind of situations to make you feel and be fragmented in that way, and you're becoming more present. And guess what? Higher selves, universe, ourselves are testing us. We are testing ourselves actually to lean into that uncomfortable feeling of while being traumatized, of learning how to be able to handle it, not to be okay, to be able to handle it while it is happening, to stand up for ourselves, yes, which is also reclaiming of power. So instead of going through a soul fragmentation, we are reclaiming power. The power we have given away, either consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously, and we are retrieving all of that back to us, and we are becoming more whole, in other words. So part of the spiritual awakenings processes we are going through, which is not once, it is many, it is us understanding when something is happening in real time for us. You don't have to disconnect from your body, from your awareness, from your consciousness, from your emotions, from your mental understanding. This is not happening to me. We say that. This is not happening to me now. So it's like, yeah, it is happening. So I have to be present within myself, within my system, within my body, within my understanding that this is happening. Although sometimes it can feel challenging to even perceive it. Usually this is how we disconnect from ourselves, because it is challenging to even perceive that this is indeed happening, that my ears just heard that now. And we get to be in a space of, I'm out of this experience, I'm not engaging with this. And guess what? Because you're choosing not to engage with it, you're gonna be called over and over again to face it, actually go through it, and you will be in a learning process how to be okay with it. I'm gonna be fully present with myself, with how that feels like. And usually this is why we are also ignoring easily the things we don't like, or they feel like a rejection to us, because we don't know how to handle them, because the pain is too much, because it is too deep of a wound that is being created at this point, finding probably a wound that already exists within us. And we get to be, I don't want that. Absolutely yes. Nobody wants it. Nobody enjoys it. Let me tell you that. Nobody is good at having these moments, these kind of experiences, unless there's something very kinky with them. And yes, I did say the word kinky, okay? But it is a very distorted energy that usually people find some kind of satisfaction in all these negative situations. And I'm pretty sure you're not one of those people. At least I hope. Okay, I'm joking. In this space, know that becoming spiritually awakened, it also calls you to be open to explore these difficult moments. And if it's not you that you are spiritually awakening, the one who is going to learn how to go through these difficult, challenging, and harsh moments, then who? Literally who? You are the one who is learning to see beyond the veil of remembrance. You are the one who is more aware of the things around, what is going on, why, how. So, if not you, then who? That is how my higher self sounds, okay? But anyways, I hope this clarifies why most of us that are awakening to our true selves and have chosen this path of expansion have to go through more challenges than anyone else, than those that we feel they are still sleeping because they are not exactly sleeping. They have a different life to experience. They have different choices as souls already made, and they are here to experience something else. And how would we play out this whole scenario? I'm being awakened. Yeah, anyways, it's a whole theatrical scene, in my eyes at least sometimes. And you have to understand that it is normal for us to be more challenged. Not okay, but normal. And we still have to open up to everything that is quite uncomfortable, challenging, and difficult. Guess what though? It becomes better. We are getting used to not be afraid of anything in many ways, to be ourselves, to claim our power, to lead the way. We are way showers, okay? So if we are not learning how to show the way, how will we do it as a sole purpose? And we are here to ground a new frequency of being with each other. That you don't have to take my power away in order for me to see you, in order for me to learn from you. And sovereignty doesn't come just like that. It comes through expansion, even from difficult moments. And the more we lean into the uncomfortable moments, the more that becomes our second nature. It becomes easier for us. It becomes more acceptable, more okay. And it stops traumatizing us. So if a similar situation keeps repeating itself in my timeline, and I can't avoid it, but I can only go through it, it's not because someone is punishing me. It's because I'm learning how to heal myself by being traumatized and learning how to be present in the moment that the trauma is taking place. So I'm not disconnecting, detaching from myself. I'm claiming my power back. I'm learning what is happening in the present moment in real time. I'm processing it faster than before. I'm learning how to stand my ground, how not to tolerate this traumatizing situation, how to speak up, claiming my power back, and equally, the next time it won't feel the same. It will be something solved. It will belong in the past. I will be fine. My energy field will have changed. It won't be anywhere in my reality showing up. And with that healed version of me will be thanking the older version of me that I went through it. I didn't back off. I didn't disconnect from myself. I didn't allow the soul fragmentation to take place. On the contrary, I reclaimed my power and I stood up for myself, and it's not against someone. Because usually that parameter of someone being involved in a situation can change. You can experience a similar situation with many different people, and it's not them, and it's not even you, but it's how the universe within you works, so you can step up, you can reclaim your power, even reclaim and retrieve soul fragments through that experience that is traumatizing you, but not as much as before. And surely it won't be any trauma in the future as it comes. So the more you lean into that, the easier it becomes. You actually grow into perseverance. You grow into your full undivided self. And there's a huge growth and a huge reward behind it. Personal reward that will expand you exponentially. That said, I'm gonna love you and leave you. As always, be true to yourself and be your true self. And please remember that everything is energy. See you on the next one. Make sure you check the meditations. Some more will be coming up. Much love, as always, Elena.